All right, so let's bring in CBS News senior White House correspondent Weijia Jiang, checking her phone for the latest updates because they come in minute by minute there on the White House lawn. I see you, my friend. Okay, so just moments ago, President Donald Trump issued a statement on Truth Social. We've been waiting to see what he would have to say. Walk us through it. The words were there.
Yeah, Reed, this is the first that we are hearing from President Trump about this horrific attack in Colorado. And he posted yesterday's horrific attack in Boulder, Colorado, will not be tolerated in the United States of America. He came in through Biden's ridiculous open border policy, which has hurt our country so badly. And now the president says he, meaning the suspect, must go out under Trump policy. Acts of terrorism will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. This is yet another example of why we must keep our border secure and deport illegal anti-American radicals from our homeland. My heart goes out to the victims of this terrible tragedy and the great people of Boulder, Colorado. Now, the president, I'm sure, will speak out at some point, also read about this attack. It's notable that he is focusing on the fact that this was an undocumented, illegal migrant who initially came into the U.S. And of course, we know, this is being investigated as a potential hate crime because of when it happened. And we do expect the president to weigh in additionally about the anti-Semitic factor in all of this investigation, Reed.
And we know as soon as he does, you'll have it. We appreciate that, Weijia. We also have some breaking news here. The Trump administration files emergency applications to the U.S. Supreme Court over layoffs at federal agencies. Emergency application. What can you tell us?
That's right, Reed. So as we have been reporting since Trump retook office here at the White House, DOJ has targeted more than 100,000 federal jobs. But in many cases, those are on hold, or those workers have to wait to see how court cases play out because there were so many various lawsuits that were filed to try to block these mass terminations. And a lower court last week basically blocked these firings from happening for the time being. And now the Trump administration is asking the Supreme Court to overturn that decision, asking the highest court in the land to get involved. And so they, believe this should go to the very top. They argue that it should not be up to any courts to dictate how the administration moves forward with trying to shrink the government, even if that includes reductions in force. So, we'll see how the justices take this up, but certainly this is something that tens of thousands of workers are paying close attention to, Reed, because they don't know what their futures hold. We've just interviewed one laid off federal worker last week who said he has to see how this plays out in court before he makes any big decisions about how to move forward.
Well, Weijia, we want to ask you about this. Also happening this week, the Trump administration, they intend to send what's called a rescission package to Congress by tomorrow. What's a rescission package and what's the goal of this?
So when we talk about DOJ and all the estimated savings that it is predicting because it's canceling out contracts or trying to fire people, it's important to remember that it's Congress that controls the actual money, the purse strings. And so a lot of that money has already been appropriated, or rather assigned to something. And so this is an attempt by the White House to get lawmakers to claw back some of that money. So even though it has already been assigned to a specific purpose, they are now asking for it back to be reassigned to somewhere else. And this particular tranche of money in this package, $9.4 billion, targets PBS funding and it targets foreign aid. And so this could have a huge impact on all those various programs that we've reported on, especially in other countries that rely on U.S. aid to survive. And so we'll have to see if the lawmakers are successful in that. But it's really important to note that even though DOJ makes these cuts, they don't get to just move money around.
Weijia Jiang reporting live from the White House lawn. Always great to talk to you. Thank you so much for keeping us current.